Hello folks, welcome to another British English and American English video. Today we're going to see 7 spelling differences between American English and British English.
Have you ever noticed that some words in English, they look exactly the same except for a few letters? So for example, you see a word with an S. And then you see the same word but spelt with a Z. Or you see one word with a double L and another with just one. And then you wonder, well, which one's right? Which one's wrong? Well, the truth is, both could be right. One of them could have been American English and the other could have been British English. It's exactly this topic that we're going to look at today. So, why are they different? In British English, we tend to write the words according to the original spelling of that word. So, for example, if a word came from French, then we spell the word as it's spelled in French. Or if a word was originally Latin, we continue with this Latin spelling. Not so in American English. In American English, it's more common to spell the word as it sounds. So that's why we have these differences. Now let's get to it.
E-N-S-E in American English, E-N-C-E in British English. Defense, defesa. Offense, ofensa. E license, licença. In American English, we use the letter S, and in British English, we use the letter C. The pronunciation doesn't change. It's the same for American English and British English. But notice, this is not a rule. For example, the word difference in American English and in British English is the same, with the letter C.
The endings ER in American English and RE in British English. Let's see the 3 examples we have here. Center, centro. Meter, metro. Theatre, teatro. So in British English, we end these words with RE. In American English, ER. So really, what changes here is just the spelling. The pronunciation continues the same. Of course, we have a difference in the accent of American English and British English. So with this little difference, the sound would be like this. Center, center, meter, meter, theater, theater.
Alright folks, another difference here. Ending with one L in American English and double L in British English. 3 examples here. Traveled, American English, one L. British English, double L. The word travel, viajar, in British English and American English, one L. But when we put in the past, traveled, in British English, we double the L. But in American English, we don't. Canceling, one L, double L. The word cancel, cancelar. But in the gerund, canceling, in British English, we double the L. So with the past and the gerund, in British English, we always double the L. Unlike in American English, we just use one L. Another example, marvelous, maravilhoso. In British English, double L. In American English, one L. But the word marvel, maravilha, in British English and American English, one L.
So here's another difference. ISE or YSE at the end of the words. 3 examples. Organize, organizar. Recognize, reconhecer. Analyze, analisar. So in British English, we usually use the S here. But in American English, they always use the letter Z. Sometimes you can find the letter Z in British English, but you never find the letter S in the American English spelling. Also, here we have the word organize. But of course, we can also make the word organization using this word. And then it's the same rule in American English with a Z and in British English S or Z.
And here another difference. OR ending in American English, OUR ending in British English. Color, cor. Flavor, sabor. Behavior, comportamento. In American English, just OR. In British English, OUR. We notice here again that the American spelling is very similar to the sound. color, flavor, behavior. We just hear the letter O and R, not the letter U. And again, here, the pronunciation is the same. We just changed the spelling and, of course, the accent. Color, color, flavor, flavor, behavior, behavior.
So here's another example using the letter E in American English and using these two pairs of letters in British English. Let's see the examples. Diarrhea, diarrhea. Fetus, feto. Anemia, anemia. Pediatric, pediatrico. So you see in American English, the spelling is actually very much like the sound of the word, diarrhea. But in British English, it doesn't make much sense. Diarrhea, no. So why is it like this? These words have Latin origins, and in Latin it's really common to find double vowels like this. So in British English we maintained that Latin spelling.
Alright, last difference. Ending OG in American English, OGUE in British English. 3 examples here. Catalog, catálogo. Analog, analógico. And travelogue, registro de viagens. In American English, just the letter G. In British English, GUE. These 3 words have a French origin, and in French it's very common to use the GUE. For example, in French we have the word Vogue with GUE. So the British English decided to keep the original spelling with the GUE. The Americans decided to erase the UNE and just keep the G. And that's all, folks. We've seen 7 spelling differences between American English and British English. They are the most common. There are others, but they are less common.
One last tip for you all. If you start writing a text using the spelling from British English, then continue to use the British English throughout the text, throughout the email. Try to be consistent. It's not really okay to mix American English and British English, although they are both correct. Well, that's it for today. See you next time.